Hey guys, this is Matthew here. This is the beginning of my new channel that's specified to teaching you the Python language and showing you that how easy it is to learn the Python language. This is it's purely just to show you how easy it is to learn it. So first you're going to go to Codecademy and it's going to say like log into it. You can create a new account. It's all free. If you want to get it's going to give you like a week to do the pro for free, and if you want to continue with the pro, you can continue with the pro. I'm going to log in with my Gmail account over here, and it's going to give you like what you want your username to be, and my username's already over there. And then you're going to click resume, or I think it will start for the first part, but it's most likely going to be resume. And it's going to come up with this. Okay, so today we're learning Python syntax. So the first thing we're going to learn is print. The print is one of the most basic topics that you're going to be learning about. It's gonna be like put print on the screen and put quotations. Now make sure that the quotations are the same in the beginning and the end. So this statement's gonna be like print output a message of your choosing. So let's just go with hello. Run. There you go. There's the first one. Print statements. Now this is talking about Python 3 instead of Python 2. The earlier one with just quotations was Python 3, Python 2. Now Python 3 wants you to use parentheses. So you're going to be like print parentheses first, then quotations, then hello. Now it's going to, just using Python 3 syntax. So the next one is going to be strings. Strings are just, this is considered a string. It's just a list of words. It's all this, just the data that you're going to be saying. This is also a good way to combine multiple strings. Make sure to put the space. It doesn't tell you that, but you have to make sure to put the space there because that's where it separates in the sentence. Now what we're going to be doing is a print print string. My bad. Okay, so it's gonna be hello, and then remember put the space. Put a space here. Put a plus because you're adding it to it. Then you're gonna put another one. Make sure that these two are the same. Also, you have to try to stay with the same with all your quotations. And then I'm gonna put my name, which is Matthew. So let's see how I put it here. It puts a space here. If I did not put a space right here, it would come out as hello Matthew without a space here. So what you want to do is always put a space if you're trying to create a sentence, because I mean grammar always counts, right? So next one is handling errors. This one, and some computers it will have this problem. They've written to right here, but my computer won't load it, so you're just going to click Codecademy again and you're going to reload it. And it will come up with the response you're working with. So these are the two I'm trying to fix. It's talking about the parentheses like I told you about, and the you can either use one quotation or two quotations as long as it's the same throughout. So what I'm going to change this to is just one quotation here. It's a lot easier. But you also need to put quotations with these. Make sure there's only one quotation, by the way. So this one's going to matter. See, I got through that one pretty quickly, but it's as long as you get through it, it's fine. If you can't find any problems with your regular syntax, it's because you're spelling it wrong. Especially with this one where it's dedicated to a specific one. So now we're doing with variables, and today's date is this. So basically print is a variable or a command. It's what you're telling the computer to do, while the quotations are what you're telling the computer to write down. So now we're making a new command or new variable. It's today's date, and then we're going to be doing an equal. there's no colons or anything like that. Equals, and you're gonna be doing let's do it. It's October 27th right now, so October 27th. So that's how you do that. Got it right. Okay. Now we're going on to arithmetic. This one I'm pretty sure. Okay. Our new variable is going to be product. All right. Let me go over this. So addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, it goes by the order of operations. Make sure there's a space in between. You have to have a space everywhere in this. So these mirthful and amazing, those don't matter. You don't have to put those in. It's just division equals this, which you're eventually not even going to have to do that. You can use quotient for division and product for multiplication and stuff like that. And you're going to have to remember remainders. If you know there's a remainder, you have to put the percent sign instead of the slash. The slash is for regular division. The percent is if you know there's a remainder in it. So this is wanting us to do this. So let's do 2 times 2. 2 times 2. Let's run it. Let's see if it works. It works. And then it wants you to do these specific numbers for a remainder. Now, it's a remainder, which means you know there's going to be an odd number out, like a 1 or something like that. So it's 1398. And then you're going to do the percent sign. Nope, wrong sign. Percent sign. And then you're going to do it by 11. And this should make it correct. Yes. On to updating variables. This is talking about, and you can like if number of fish caught 10. It's considering now number of fish caught is considered a 10. If fish in Clark's Pond equals fish in Clark's Pond minus number of fish caught, it's subtracting the absolute number over here minus this number over here instead of just putting a 50 minus 10, because you can continue doing math problems with this instead of having to come back to 10 and writing 10 every time and remembering a number. You can just remember in words. Now this also talks okay, it's not talking about that yet. Okay, so what it wants now this is another one of those that is a problem. Just reset it. It will come back up. Here it is. This is what they want you to do. Basically, when we're gonna be doing this. So it's September _to December _rainfall equals all those rainfalls at the bottom added together. 1, 6. Whoops. And while we're talking about this plus or minus is over here. It talks about it. It just means that since there was an earlier one, it's this reconsiders, like this is the first time. Okay, this is this. This reannounces that, or iterates it, saying it's this. This is this plus this, and then it keeps on going to that's both of those are it's both of those added together plus this. And then now we're doing it again over here, which is now we're changing the value of it again to include what we are trying to add into it. So we're going to go down again, and then annual. It's so that you don't have to keep on figuring out the values, and so that you can just continue on with your train of thought as you're doing it. So we're going to add a plus and then an equal to, because we're adding this to it. And then September _to December underscore rainfall. Run. Whoops. I must have messed up somewhere. Do 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 do. Ah, I forgot the plus. My bad, you guys. So, yeah. Thank God for it pointing it out. So, there we go. Wait. This should be right. Rainfall. Why isn't that working? Okay, it worked. Okay, we got it. Okay, back to it. I got it working. Apparently it just screwed itself over. Okay, so now back to it. Back all this out. This is what happens when it doesn't work with the style of computer you're using. So now we're talking about comments. This is another one. But comments are with the number sign. It's just adding in the number sign above what you're talking about. See, this one wants us to talk about it's not for the computer. When you put this number sign specifically, it talks about it's for the programmers reading the program. It does not get run through the program when you play the program. It does not say anything about this. This makes it so it's like hidden from whoever's watching the program. It doesn't do anything to the program. It's just for the people who are looking through the program and seeing what specific things do. So this is the cities. This variable is the city's population. This is pretty obvious, but some of them it's when you get to the more complicated ones, it can get really hard to understand unless you have those comments. Now we're doing numbers. First off, numbers are split into integers and floats. Integers are considered numbers without a decimal, numbers without a decimal. Floats are considered numbers with a decimal. They can have a decimal like this, or they can have something after the decimal. Scientific notation also counts you can use scientific notation also, but it's counted as a float with it. So you are shopping, okay, this is when we're going to say cucumbers equals, since this considers as a variable, equals, let's put 2. Let's count this as 2. Now, because no partial numbers, that means we're not trying to make a float here. And then this next one's going to be price per cucumber. Oops, I put the wrong one. Now, this is specifically asking us to put 3.25 doubloons, which is just 3.25. This is what we're going to put through. You guys can follow along with what I'm doing through this, but okay. So total cost this is another one we're doing. So it's total underscore cost equals, which is the product of how many cucumbers you are going to buy. And okay, so this is where you're going to cucumbers times price per cucumber. This is how you label that. Now we're going to run it. This worked. Okay, now we're going to print the total cost. Print out total cost. This is asking us to write a print with double quotations. This specifies a double quotations. I've tried it with single quotations before. It doesn't work. So total cost underscore cost is a float. Whoops. I understand. The T, woohoo. Workspace return. Okay. So that, yeah, that works. It worked in it. So let's go on to the next one. So two types of division. This is what we're talking about in this is what we're talking about why it's split into integers and floats, because 6 divided by 2 will equal a 3, but if you do a 7 divided by 2, it will count it as a 3 instead of a 3.5 unless you specify it for being either a decimal or a float. If you add the decimal, you have to put it in 1 or both for it to consider it a decimal, or to consider it the after decimal. It will round down, by the way. And for a float, it will do it just the same way. So what this is asking us for to do is to create cucumbers equals 100, and then a number of people equals 6. You can already tell what's going to happen, but why are you doing this to me? Run. Okay, it worked. It's just messing with it. But you can already tell what's going to happen. So what's going to happen is now we're going to be doing a whole cucumber underscore cucumbers. Remember to put underscores in your commands. It cannot, if you want it to be like an actual command for it to work, because it will name it specific things based on this for space between words. The underscores count as a space. So now we're gonna put number of people. So we're just gonna do cucumbers divided by numeral people. And now then we're gonna do a print, which is gonna do double over here, whole underscore cucumbers underscore per underscore person. Run. See, that's how it wanted it. And now this is telling you, now you realize that it cannot do that. So you're going to be doing a float next, which is going to be float underscore cucumbers underscore per underscore person equals cucumbers. Oh wait, it's going to be a float and then parentheses. Remember to put the parentheses, and then cucumbers, and then a divided by numeral people. And then the next one, it wants me to print again, so I'm going to print double float underscore cucumbers underscore per underscore person. So now let's see if this works. It worked. Okay, so that's that. That's all you need to know about that. Now we're doing multi-line strings. This is gonna be when you want it, when you know your string is going to go over multiple lines, like a poem or something like that, or a really long speech you want it to say, like in games and stuff with the backstories and stuff. So what you're gonna need is the triple quotations for it all. So it's gonna be a triple, one or three, the double quotations. It just needs to be a triple, and we're gonna be labeling it as haiku. Equals. Remember, always put the equals when you're putting a command, except for print. So now we're gonna be doing 1, 2, 3. The old pond, comma, enter, a frog jumps in, la la la, whatever that is, plop, exclamation point. I remember last time I forgot an exclamation point and they basically yelled at me. They do not like spelling errors, even if you did it right the other way. They just don't like spelling errors. Now, it's another one, but basically, we're doing a true or false statement now. That's what the Booleans are. Is a true or false statement. True or false statement is you're gonna first do an A equals whatever. A equals here we're gonna be doing an A equals true, while B equals false. False, so yeah, let's do it that way. Remember, it has to be capital for it to be counted blue, which is correct. So now we're going to be doing age is 12. We're going to be making a false statement. Age is underscore 12. And then we're doing equal, and then we're doing B. Now this is counting for this. This guy is 21 years old. So this is obviously wrong. That's why you're going to put false for it to be right. Now the next one is going to be name is Maria. Equals A, obviously, because this person is Maria. Now next one. So now we're doing value errors. This is talking about adding in, this is changing strings, integers, and floats to different things. Like if you're trying to put an integer into a string, you have to put str for string, and then put the command or whatever over here. This this number 1 or number 2. You have to put it into the integer or whatever thing right there. So what we're going to be doing is create a variable called product. Contains the result of multiplying the float values of this and this. So this is another one because they gave you the float values. That's why you need to know is half of these don't have it on original, but some of them do, so you need to restart it if it doesn't work with you. For me, let's start this. So it's called product equals the float value of 1 plus 2 plus float value of 2. Multiplying, result of multiplying. Okay, I got you. Underscore 2. So that's the first one. Now we're going to be changing it to a string. So what we're going to be doing is going to be big underscore string equals quotation marks the product was space. Remember, because you're saying it. So now we're going to be adding a plus sign, and then we're changing it into a string. So then we do the parentheses, and then we do product. Since this is a float and we're changing it into a string, we're going to put string. And if you want to change it any other way between the three, it's the same thing. You want to change it that way. Now, here's the review for easy Python syntax. So what they're going to have you to do is skill completed, underscore completed, and set equal to string Python. Of course, capital letters. For that, to get that one through, create a variable called this, another variable, exercises underscore completed equals 13. And then the second ones is points underscore per underscore exercise is equal to 5. Now, on to the next one. This is easy stuff. This is the stuff we learned in the beginning. Create a variable called point total underscore total is equal to 100. It's going through everything, all the basics. Okay, it messes up sometimes. There was honestly no problem there. Update it so that then we're gonna update it. So now we're gonna be adding something to it. Now we're gonna be doing plus exercises underscore completed times points underscore per underscore exercise, and that will run it through that one. Add a comment above this. It's like under the comment value and then the amount. Now, sometimes, of course, there will, in this program, there is spelling problems instead of an actual problem with your coding. So you have to make sure you are spelling it right instead of, because if you don't see anything wrong, it's most likely either this exercise is messed up and you need to redo it, or your spelling is messed up inside the program, since this one is really, really picky about your spelling. String that to console. So this is going to be like a print, and then this, and then I got space. Then you're going to add, and since this is going to be an integer to string, so we're going to be integer to string. Wait, this is going to be string. Right, remember, string for this. Point total underscore total plus, now the new quotation marks, points. Now you're gonna add a space right here because there's not a space after the number, so that's where you're adding the space right there. So here's that. We got it right. So that's it for Python syntax, everyone. Now, next episode, we're going to be going through the next project, which is the tip calculator. It's gonna we're going to be going on to the next section of fundamentals, apparently. Yeah, great job. Yay. So far on your quest. Yeah, we're right at the beginning, you guys. We're only 2% if you looked back into it. But there's also a place that I want to recommend for you if you want to have some more practice after this. It's called Code Combat. It's not specifically for Python, but it is for coding in general, and it will help you with syntax, methods, parameters. It goes through it. Okay, no volume. But it goes through it, and it will tell you how to do it. Now, you need to remember how you did this first one to do it later on, but it will teach you how to program as you move along. And it's kind of an adventure kind of game, or an RPG or something like that, where you're going to gain heroes as you go along, and you can continue gaining heroes. I think there's at one point where it's only for subscribers only right here for these, but you can build up your character, your heroes that you're using along the way. Now, you can sign up as an anonymous player. It's all your choice. The only reason that they have different heroes is because they have overpowered stats compared to the first player. Wait. I guess not. It's just that their abilities are different. It just depends on how you use it, what you prefer, whatever. So, that's it for Python programming for my first video of this series that I just created. Python programming. See you later, guys. Bye.